Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In our last video we started the explanation of growth of Indian nationalism, which is chapter 2 history of class 9 seba board. So we shall continue with the explanation. In today's video I'll start with the explanation of the factors that has led to the growth of Indian nationalism. The first factor that has led to the growth of Indian nationalism was the influence of Western education. The influence of Western education was a potent factor for the birth of Indian nationalism. By this time, education in India was stagnant. Until this time, the education system of India was stagnant. Not much development took place prior to the Britishers' intervention in the education system of India. During the early part of the 19th century, the Christian missionaries along with some progressive Indian initiated some measures to revive the system of education in India. So, in the early part of the 19th century, the Christian missionaries along with some progressive Indians, they together tried to revive the system of education in India. In order to do so, lots of schools and colleges were opened in many places in Bengal and in the rest of India. By the Charter Act of 1813, the British Parliament provided for an annual expenditure of rupees 1 lakh. This amount was given in order to be spent on education system of India. In 1835, Lord Macaulay, President of the Committee on Public Instruction and law member, Governor General's Council, advocated for the introduction of Western education with English as a medium of instruction in India. In 1854, Sir Charles Wood, he was the president of the Board of Control, presented the first comprehensive plan for the spread of modern system of education in India. According to this plan, he presented a systematic educational hierarchy from primary through high school and then college to university level. He encouraged vernacular at the school level and English at the university level. Scholarships were decided to be provided to the meritorious students by the government. A system of grant in aid was laid down to encourage the growth in number of educational institutions. In order to develop the educational institutions, grant in aid was provided. Help was provided basically. Lastly, Wood also recommended the establishment of educational department in all the provinces. A department for education was to be established under Wood's dispatch in all the provinces. These are some of the recommendations of the Wood's dispatch. So, questions might come from this picture also accordingly, like who is the personality in the given picture, and then what was his contribution in establishment of or development of Western education in India, when was he born, when did he die. So lots of questions might come from this picture. Again, from Wood's dispatch, this part also lots of questions might come. Recommendations of the Wood's dispatch, one exercise question is also there, which I am going to discuss towards the end of the video, so keep watching. So that also might come from this part. So these are some of the important points from this paragraph. So the main aim of the newly formed education system in India was to create a permanent class of humble people, humble Indians who were ready to serve the interest of the British administration. But in turn, Western education opened up the newly educated Indians the floodgates of new ideas. Now they have started getting new ideas. They came in contact with the liberal and radical thoughts of great political thinkers like Rousseau, Locke, Mill, etc. They were inspired by the ideas of nationalism, democracy, self-government. This has boosted their morale. They were completely taken aback by the heroic stories of the American War of Independence, the French Revolution, unification of Germany, and so on. So all these things have boosted them. Now they also began to convey their ideas of liberty and equality to the masses through their writings, their powerful writings. For example, the patriotic poems of Ishwar Chandra Gupta, the slogan of Vande Mataram in Bankim Chandra's Anand Mat, Iqbal Sare Jahan Se Acha. All these have rose a very strong sense of nationalism among the people. So questions might come from this picture also, that identify the personality or what were his contribution towards Western education in India, when was he born, when did he die. So lots of questions might come from this part. Again, some exercise questions are also there from this part. This one, who has written Sare Jahan Se Acha, who gave the slogan Vande Mataram. Questions might come from this part also. So towards the end, we can say from here what we have understood is that the spread of Western education introduced Indians to new ideas like democracy, liberty, nationalism, self-government, etc. Young Indians have learned about revolutions and the independence movements in other countries, which has inspired them to think about freedom and unity in India. So the Western education, the introduction of Western education in India is one of the most important reasons for the growth of Indian nationalism. Now let us discuss some question answers from the part which we have already explained. First question, short question is, what was the main factor responsible for the growth of Indian nationalism? The main factor was what? The revolt of 1857 was the main factor. This was responsible for the growth of Indian nationalism at the first place. So the answer will be the revolt of 1857. Next is, who was the writer of Anand Mat? Writer of Anand Mat was Sri Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Third, who composed the song Sare Jahan Se Acha? It was composed by Iqbal. Question number 4 we will discuss in the next video. Let us look at the long questions. For the first long question, write briefly how the revolt of 1857 led to the growth of Indian nationalism. You will write from the last second line you see, in 1857, from there you start. In 1857, the people of India rose in revolt against the British rule. After that, you will continue in the next page. You continue writing up to the last line of the first paragraph, that is up to awakening in India. Up to awakening in India, that is up to here. To here you will write for the first question. Now let us look at the next question. Write the main objectives of Wood's dispatch. Main objectives of Wood's dispatch. While explanation only, I have already explained you from where to where you have to write. You can write it point wise. Okay, it is in the same page, last paragraph. If you see, just a minute, if you see, from here you will write, first point you will write from here, the Wood's dispatch presented a systematic educational hierarchy. From there you will write, make it point number 1 up to college to university. You make it point number 1. Point number 2 you will write from, he encouraged vernacular. From there you will write, he encouraged vernacular. From there you will write up to university level. Point number 3, you will write scholarships were presented from there. You will write point number 3 up to students by the government. Point number 4, you will write a system of grant in aid. From there you will write up to educational institutions. And the last point, would also recommended. From there you will write up to in all the provinces. 5 points you will make for this answer. And this is one of the most important questions also. After that, question number 3. Write about 6 important reasons for the growth of Indian nationalism. This answer I will not give you today. Keep following my videos. I will give you in one of the videos. Now we directly go to question number 4. Write at least 4 effects of the introduction of Western education in India. This answer you will get in this page. Page number 26. You will get in this page. I will give you point wise. Okay. So you can note it down. You will write in this way. 4 effects of the introduction of Western education in India were. Then write point number 1. You will start from here. 1 second. You will start from here. Western education opened to the newly educated Indians the floodgates of new ideas. Make it point number 1. Make it point number 1. Point number 2. They came in contact with the liberal from there up to etc. Make it point number 2. They were inspired by the ideas from there. You make it up to thinking, up to their thinking. Make it point number 3. Their morale was boosted from there up to unification of Italy. Make it point number 4. Inspired by the ideas from there up to liberation of the country. Make it point number 5. So 5 points. I have given you 5 points, although it's written 4 effects, but one extra point I have given. In case you forget one, you can write the other. Then we come to the next question. Discuss the impact of Western education on growth of Indian nationalism. For this, you will write from Western education open new, that from that part where we started the last question. From there up to amongst the people. This whole thing you will write for question number 5. Discuss the impact of Western education on the growth of Indian nationalism. So, about Western education, from this paragraph, these are the questions, exercise questions I have given you the answers of. So, in the next video, we will discuss about the development of means of transport and communication, and we will also discuss the question answers related to this topic. I hope you are liking my videos. So, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel so that I can come up with more videos, and this will keep motivating me to bring up new ideas and explanations to you all. Thank you so much.